Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com.
Hi everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Silik and we've got an exciting wintertime show in store for you this week. I'll head out on the ice with a couple of young ladies who are just eaten up with the sport of ice fishing. You won't want to miss that story. And Jimmy and Jordan have some wintertime hunting adventures in store for us this week.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have some hunting on this week's show. We're going to kick things off with our own Jordan Brown, taking us out for a little rabbit hunt, and then I'm going to take you to the south central part of the state, kind of near Kalamazoo, and do something we haven't done in quite a while, and that is cover a squirrel hunting tournament. Lots of good stories on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes, here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By RBM Jigs, a Michigan-based company serving ice fishing anglers around the state and throughout the country. Specializing in ice fishing gear, RBM Jigs manufactures tungsten jigs, soft plastics, and much more. Online at lakeeffectlures.com. By Polar Craft Boats, offering riveted and welded boats for the outdoor enthusiast. Whether you're targeting fish or waterfowl, Polar Craft Boats have several models to choose from that keep you high and dry. For more information, polarcraft.com. By AnglerQuest Pontoons. AnglerQuest is a Michigan-based company building boats designed for comfort and fishing functionality. For more information, anglerquestpontoons.com.
We kick off this week's show in southern Barry County, where I was able to tag along with a group of friends chasing rabbits after a fresh snow.
Well, we're in southern Michigan. Got a couple buddies that come out to our grandparents' property. Game plans today, just to shoot a couple rabbits, so we'll go from there.
Today we would be doing most of our hunting on Nick's grandparents' farm, a place he's been hunting his entire life. That's also home to lots of rabbits.
So I think they've had it for about 30 years. They live on Baseline, which is on the south side of the road is Calhoun, and they're on the north side, which is Barry. That property, I don't know, to me it's like a piece of heaven. We've always been there forever, you know, and they've let me help kind of like take care of it. You know, I got the food plot and I try to do this and that with it, but I don't know, we got them pine trees. I don't know why, but we usually do pretty good right behind the house, and I don't know if it's just they stay out of the wind there, you know, a little more cover, but I don't know. And then we got that creek that runs through it too. It's just a beautiful piece. Here we go, first one of the day.
What happened there?
I jumped him, he ran underneath the hunting blind, and just a couple kicks and there he went. So, on the board now.
These guys like to field dress their rabbits right away, and they used a pretty simple technique to get the job done.
This is usually how we do it. That's the easiest way to gut them right there. And the mess is in the field, so that's how we usually do it. gutted rabbit.
What's the trick there? You're just putting a little pressure at the top?
Yep, we just start up here underneath the front legs, and then you just squeeze as hard as you can, and then there goes the guts.
What happened there?
We hit that brush pile, and me and my brother pulled up and we shot him right by the creek here.
These guys are all just a couple of years removed from high school, and although most of them started hunting at a young age, they're spending more time now than ever in the woods.
I think if we first started, I was about 10. We went to this little piece of property. We didn't think we'd see anything, and then we saw one take off running, so we knew it would be a good spot, you know, and then we ended up getting, I think, 5 in one area. Is probably, I don't know, just 100 yards maybe around. And then after that, it was kind of cool. And then we got away from it for a while, you know. And then me and my brother, we started getting into hunting even more. Because school was a big barrier to it. I did a lot of sports, so it was like after practice, we might have a couple hours. So I might go out and try to go deer hunting, or, you know, on the weekends, that was a big time. You know, we tried not to make any plans on the weekend other to hunt, you know. But obviously you got your school work. I just tried to get everything done during school. If you get it done, you know, you got free time, but just don't slack, I guess, you know. But
where? Oh, I see him.
I guess the big thing is just doing it with other people. Like you said, you can talk a lot. And if you hunt with some people, they like to talk a lot, you know, so it's kind of a good thing going from deer to small game. But there's quite a bit of small game, there really is. Even on the state property, you know, you can get out there and shoot a couple. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have farmers, you know, local farmers that know you, and they let you go and do whatever you want, really. But yeah, just small game. People need to try it for sure. You know, get out there, try it.
Yep.
Right here in this pile. Trent, watch to the right.
He's right over here. I've been rabbit hunting probably since I was probably 15 or so. I like it. You're always moving. You're not sitting down or anything. You're always messing around on top of brush piles. You're always moving, and to me, that's what I like about it. I don't like sitting down and just chilling out. I like moving all the time. So that's what I like about it.
Got him, I think. Yep, he's there. Yep. Me and my brother were going through the thickets, and all of a sudden I think I almost stepped on him, but probably about a 10-yard shot, but there he is.
Rabbits can be excellent table fare if you know how to cook them, or have someone in the family who will cook them for you.
We do usually once a year, maybe even twice a year if we get lucky. We'll get enough squirrels and rabbits. We'll do a couple small game dinners, and my grandma, she's the one that is the big cook in the family, so she usually, how she does it, like I said, I don't know the ingredients. I couldn't tell you that. Not because they're secret or anything, it's just I don't know. I guess Grandpa, he'll cut them up in quarters, you know, they'll do like the back strap, throw the rib cage out, brown it up in the pan, you know, and then they put it in, they bake it. I couldn't tell you how long or how much or what, but that's how we usually do it for everything.
Small game hunting after a fresh snow can be pretty hard to beat this time of year. Special thanks to Nick and the guys for letting me tag along on a fun hunt here in southern Michigan.
Well, about 10 years ago here on the television show, we covered a squirrel hunting tournament over in the Clio area on the east side of the state. Well, wouldn't you know that inspired another squirrel hunting tournament 10 years later, and it just happened this past weekend.
The
This past weekend, just outside of the Kalamazoo area, a rather unique thing was happening. This is the first annual squirrel hunting tournament put on in hopes of raising some money for a local youth baseball team. So with temperatures low and hopes high, I hit the woods with Scott Brown, his son, and a good buddy.
So we're gonna walk down through here. I've got a trail made, so you guys will go over into the corner where we've got a ground blind set up. And we will set that up, and we're by some agriculture and corn fields that were cut down, and hopefully the squirrels will be all over back in there.
And how did you ever how did you ever come up with this squirrel hunting tournament?
Actually, I came up with it watching one of your shows.
Really?
About 10 years ago. You were airing a show that was over in the center of the state, and I thought it was a great idea. And it got very big and all that when I had watched it. So I've had this idea for the last 10 years, and the timing was good, and here we are.
To be honest, I had no idea about the connection when I first heard about this tournament. And yes, 10 years ago on the east side of the state, Jenny did a story about a first annual squirrel hunting tournament run much like a bass tournament, and it was such a hit over the previous 10 years that it's endured every year until this year.
First place and the highly coveted stainless steel squirrel trophy went to the team of Matt Hoffman and Joel Allman with their 10 squirrels and 17.88 pounds.
Since we were all looking for stuff to do this time of the year, Scott was hoping this event would draw in some folks, and it did. With about 70 two-man teams, there was a lot of people in the woods this Saturday morning. We were sitting in a small ground blind hoping the squirrels would get within range, but after a few hours we switched up the plan, and I headed down the road to join up with Reggie Walters and his crew. Yeah, what's the game plan?
Well, we've saw a lot of nothing so far, so might as well go try to do the same. Thought maybe we'd walk along the fence row. We got some standing corn here.
Okay.
So maybe we can stand around there and see if we got any activity coming to midday feed. So.
Gotcha.
But
and who's our hunters here? Who we all got here?
All right.
I'm Sam.
Sam.
Luke.
Luke.
And Jackson.
Okay, yeah. Perfect.
Jackson, nephew and brother, and two boys here. My oldest has already got a bunch. He's with my other brother, and they got 8 this morning. So.
8? Holy cow!
So yeah, it's a pretty good morning for them.
Yeah. We got a couple hours here yet before we got.
Yeah, we got about 2 hours before we got to call it quits and head back in for the weigh-in. So it'll be interesting to see what people have got.
We'll have something to weigh in.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have something to weigh in. Exactly. It'll be real easy to weigh otherwise.
We had one on the run. Now we just needed to track him down. Good again. Hey! I think there was another one in the tree too. Reload.
Yeah, reload, bud.
Victory!
There you go, Sammy. Right here, bud. There you go. Hey, we got something for the weigh-in. Not a big one, but we got one.
Nice.
There you go.
Let's go.
There you go. That's a good start, huh?
Yeah. They're moving.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's your first squirrel?
Yeah, it's my first squirrel.
Nice job.
First squirrel ever. There you go. Good eyes right there.
With one squirrel in the game bag, we continued to slowly walk this stretch of hardwoods, and we were finding lots of squirrel nests and a few squirrels as well.
There we go.
Hey!
I didn't know if he was coming out or not.
That's a big squirrel.
There you go. Look at that guy.
Ooh.
That's a good, healthy one.
That's a Boone and Crockett right there. Nice job, guys.
Nice.
Eyes are.
Nice work there, Sammy.
He is a monster. Is he 10 pounds?
Throw him in the back again, bud. He's got to be a good weighing one. It's good to have some weight in the back here. Nice eyes.
It's kind of funny. If we'd have been deer hunting, the squirrels would have been everywhere. But when you want to find squirrels, it can be a little tougher than you think. I guess that is why they call it hunting. We were an hour or so away from the weigh-in, so we called it a day and headed for the trucks. Well, give me a little wrap-up. How'd we do here?
Well, obviously anything was better than this morning when we had nothing, so we got out right away, and this guy spotted a little, black squirrel, a couple of black squirrels, and got him, and then thank goodness you're out there spotting, otherwise we never saw the next one. Got a nice fox squirrel and one more black one. Tough seeing it with this sun, but man, it was great to great to be out. Got hot actually.
Good deal. Well, that was worth the walk right there.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Sure was.
Back at the weigh-in area, the team started to filter in, and Scott told me a little more about where the money raised was going here today.
We are a 12U travel baseball team that is a faith-based organization, and we're doing this as a fundraiser to help our kids get to go play some baseball this year. It's quite expensive, so we're able to supplement a little bit of that with doing fundraisers like this, and so here we are. As it turns out, one of the guys who normally hunts in that original squirrel hunting tournament we mentioned on the east side of the state was here today to take part in this event.
I'm not, but some good friends of mine, we started the Chrome Squirrel. It's in Clio. And this is the first year in 10 years we didn't have our event because of COVID. And I saw this one online, and we made the trek all the way over here.
So you hunted where then this morning?
We hunted around the Mount Morrison, Clio area.
Okay, and how far is that from here?
160 miles, I think, is that. Yeah, so.
And they saw this on Michigan Outdoors, saw your tournament years ago, right?
Yep. You guys actually came, I think, the first year and maybe the third year you came and hunted with us. So.
Full circle.
Full circle. Yeah, this keeps us going. It's fun.
Yeah, well, thanks for making the trip.
Oh, you're welcome.
So with an adult division and a kid and adult division, we started to hand out the trophies.
First place in the adult division is one Jason Gallagher with a 10.06 pounds, and so he gets a couple of gift cards to Nelson and Chester's here. Come on up.
Well, I have no idea if this event will start another like it in some new part of the state. If so, great. If not, well, today was just another reminder of all our state has to offer. So if you haven't chased a squirrel in a while, well, hey, take a kid or a friend. It's a great way to spend a day.
When it comes to taking part in outdoor sports here in Michigan, in recent years, more and more young ladies are getting involved. In this next story, I got to spend the afternoon on the ice with a couple of young ladies who just love being outside. I always love meeting other women who share my passion for ice fishing. Several years ago, I met KAYLEE Russell while fishing with the crew from Frank's Great Outdoors. KAYLEE was just a teenager back then, and now as a married young lady, she still enjoys fishing whenever she has the chance. I met Sarah KOWALEWSKI 2 years ago during the sturgeon spearing season on Black Lake, and I've kept in touch with both ladies through social media over the years. Last week, I joined KAYLEE and Sarah for an afternoon on the ice.
So we're on 8 Point Lake today. It's kind of by Clare area. And we're out here with one of my girlfriends, Sarah, and her boyfriend, Evan. And we're out here after whatever will bite. We're catching a lot of bluegill, crappie, and a couple bass on some tip-ups. So, yeah, just having some fun.
Sarah and KAYLEE have been ice fishing together just about every weekend that the ice conditions have allowed, and it all started with social media.
We've really only known each other for about a year now. I've known her on social media though for a while. We actually kind of met through a mutual friend. But we've been fishing a bunch this winter so far because obviously there's ice up here sooner than there is down by me. So we've been up here. My boyfriend's parents live up here, so we kind of come up almost every weekend actually.
If you're wondering, Sarah recently had shoulder surgery and has her arm in a sling, but she's developed a strategy of fishing with just one arm. Speaking of strategies, KAYLEE ran down her game plan for finding fish today on a lake neither of them is very familiar with.
You go out there, it's 20 foot, and then you come in, it's 15. I'm in about 10 foot now, and we finally started marking some, so my best advice is to just hole hop, and when you start marking fish, stay there. Caught some nice crappies, and yeah, and if you're not catching anything, you know, changing the bait's always a good option, or trying to find weeds down there. You can kind of see it on my Vexilar, the weeds on the bottom, so that's always a good indicator. There's usually going to be fish down there. I'm just using a little tungsten teardrop, and sometimes it's amazing, but the color really makes a difference, which you wouldn't think with bluegills it would, but it does sometimes.
The ladies were picking away at the panfish, but weren't connecting with anything too big on the jigging rods this afternoon. Earlier in the day, before I arrived with the camera, of course, they had done well on crappies. The panfish bite may have slowed down, but the tip-up action was picking up. A flag sprung up, and it was a mad dash to the tip-up hole. KAYLEE pulled a nice largemouth through the ice and was enjoying this ice fishing passion of hers.
It's a nice one. It's relaxing. Get out of the house, especially with all the COVID stuff going on. It's just nice to get out, and I've been fishing my entire life, so this is what I love to do, and I have awesome friends that love it just like I do.
It's truly so refreshing to see our next generation of outdoors men and women carrying our heritage into the future. We seem to hear a lot of talk about losing young people from the outdoor sports to electronics and the like, but both KAYLEE's and Sarah's parents did a great job instilling a passion for the outdoors into their daughters at an early age.
I think I like meeting new people the best and going to different places. So, you won't see me on one specific lake all the time. I like to jump around. Obviously, at home, Lake St. Clair is a big deal, along with the rivers during the spring. But I like the events that go along with ice fishing. I like going out to fundraisers and tournaments and meetups to go and meet new people and go to new places.
Both Sarah and KAYLEE have met lots of outdoors women through their pro staff positions on the DSG outerwear team.
So DSG stands for Doing Something Great. So they started off with just snowmobile suits and stuff, and then they've expanded to hunting, and then this past year was their first year doing ice fishing. I was also on their fishing pro staff along with my girlfriend KAYLEE. So they make everything kind of tailored just for women. They only make stuff for women, which is great because they take a lot of our feedback and put it into next year's stuff. So we've seen different designs and styles put into this year's suit that we kind of suggested last year. So it's kind of cool to see. So they're based out of Wisconsin. This year they've only gotten into fishing for about a year now. So they're trying to kind of amp up their pro staff and everything. So things have been more based on their hunting stuff. But we did go to, it's called the Ladies Midwest Meetup out in Wisconsin. This year they're going to Minnesota as well. So there's a lot of girls that are on the team for DSG along with Stryker. So it's kind of cool to see them get together. But they do a lot of giveaways for their fans and to try and get girls, I guess, in more suits that are equipped better for them.
It's always nice to see outdoor gear tailored for women, and these two seem to love it. KAYLEE was off and running for another tip-up.
Once we find where the bluegills are, we just kind of do a circle of tip-ups around us and all different depths. So like this is about 10 foot where we just caught this, and we have tip-ups all the way out to about 22 foot out there, and it's just one more option to catch some fish out here.
So pretty young. Do you guys get any questions or comments about you being out doing this kind of thing?
Yeah, I think I get mistaken for a little kid sometimes, actually. But yeah, I get a lot of, especially the older guys, they're like, oh wow, it's cool to see you guys out fishing. And, I mean, obviously there's some backlash in some instances, but there's a lot more positive, I think, feedback from guys out on the water and out on the ice.
Awesome.
I think just like the sisterhood kind of part of it, I feel like we get along better than some of the guys. Some of the guys are like, oh, well, that's just a small fish or whatever. And we'll celebrate for just about anything, a little bass on a tip-off or over there hooting and hollering. And so it's fun because I feel like it's a little bit more lighthearted with the girls. It's not as serious as sometimes with the guys. Don't be nervous and don't be afraid to be wrong. I mean, there's not really a right or wrong way to fish. As long as you're having fun and you get out in the outdoors, that's all that really matters.
Having fun and enjoying the outdoors is an endless opportunity we are blessed to have here in our great state. Sarah KOWALEWSKI and KAYLEE RUSSEL have learned that at an early age. I'm sure we will see many more great things to come from these young ladies here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you stay tuned in upcoming weeks. All sorts of fun headed your way. Jordan and I will be headed up to the UP next week to bring you a few different stories. And Jimmy's headed over to the northeast part of the lower. All sorts of fun is headed your way this winter. If you'd like to see where we are and where we're headed next, you can always check us out online.
Well, that's right, Jenny. Online, always a good way to kind of keep tabs on us. You can do that through our website, our different social media platforms, and if you're ever on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel there and get an email every time we post something new. We are getting out and traveling quite a bit of late, trying to cover all the corners of this beautiful state and get out and enjoy it. And if you're going to be doing a little bit of ice fishing, make sure you do, if at all possible, call ahead and make sure the ice conditions are safe. If we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By SHOWSPAN, producing sports shows such as the Ultimate Fishing Show Detroit at the Suburban Collection Showplace with new dates for 2021, now being held March 25th through 28th. The Ultimate Fishing Show is now in March.
Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above,